everyone, and welcome. My name is Susan, and we're going to do a nice little yoga class today. So, just turn my timer on here. All right, so comfortable on your sit bone. So whatever position is good for you. Some people can't, have a hard time sitting cross-legged. That's okay. You can rearrange yourself. Find a place that's comfortable. All right, so I want to go through the breathing again. And every class, I will gently remind you. Some of you are familiar with the breathing, some of you maybe not. So the breathing is in through the nose, out through the nose. Nice, long, full, smooth breath. You inhale completely. Always try and suspend your breath just for a couple of seconds and exhale fully. That's called diaphragmatic breathing. So it takes a while to get the breath, to get a little rhythm going with the breathing. So I will cue you on the breathing as well. So when I say the next exhale or your next exhale is when we move. We always move on the exhale. So just try to relax. Relaxing is probably a hard part too. Once you relax, breathing will become a little bit easier. Pardon me. All right, and also listen to your body. Do what feels good for you. And if it doesn't feel good, remember you don't have to do it. You can make little adjustments along the way and pay attention. And of course, if it's going to cause you pain or a lot of discomfort, think about it before you try it. Skip it if you have to, all right? There's no worries there. So that being said, every class, every week, we do a different mudra. And a mudra is just a different position for your hands. So if it's not something you're interested in, just put your hands on your lap. All right, so we start the class with a couple of minutes of breathing, pranayama. All right, so just to kind of relax and get a little rhythm going. So this week for our pranayama, we're going to sit in what they call Ganesh Mudra or the bear grip. So you can take your left hand and the left thumb is going to come down, the right thumb comes out. So all I want you to do is just kind of grip your fingers together so you have like a little grip. You don't have to have a tight grip. So just kind of, you can, if it's comfortable for you to rest your arms on your lap, you can do it that way if you want. Sitting nice and tall. So this is the Ganesh or the bear grip. So this is to stimulate the heart and intensify concentration. This is the elephant god, acknowledged as the conqueror of obstacles. Use this mudra when you're struggling. Close your eyes and let's take a nice long smooth breath. Just relax those shoulders and breathe. Continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Now's the time to drop your day, settle your mind, and to set an intention for your practice today. Focus on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower our blood pressure, and lower our anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. One more breath. And on the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands together now. Let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands on your heart center, close your eyes. Let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune out. Inhale. One more nice long smooth breath. And on the next exhale, I'd like you to drop your fingers, 3 fingers, index fingers together, sitting nice and tall. Take a big breath. And on the exhale, let's see if we can reach up all the way, right up to the ceiling. This is our Jupiter Mudra. Sitting tall, wake up that physical body, release and lengthen that spine. If this bothers your shoulders, bring your arms down a little bit lower if you need to. Breathing into Jupiter Mudra, which is good luck and expansion, are activated when together focus our energies on breaking through barriers for one more breath. And from here on the exhale, I want you to lace your fingers together if you can, palms up. And on the exhale, I want you just to reach. And just go as far as comfortable. Get that beautiful deep stretch into the upper back, into the shoulders. Reach. Breathe. Remember, every breath you take is long and smooth. It's the same breath, every one. One more. And on the exhale, release the hands and inhale into a gentle back bend, or if you prefer, just reach up to the ceiling. You'll always find a place in every move we make that feels good for you, that you can manage comfortably without straining. One more breath. On the next exhale, bring your arms down slow and gentle, put them right in front of you on the floor. Now from here, I'd like you to keep your back straight. You're going to be hinging at the hips. I'll give you 3 places to go. Big breath. On the exhale, if you can, just lean forward. You can just bend the elbows and just lean forward. You don't have to go any further. But if you want to go further, you can come down on the forearm. And if you want to go even further, you can reach the arms out and stretch them out. Now, if you want to bow your head a little, that's fine. Releasing the spine, getting a beautiful stretch into the upper back, the shoulders, wherever you are. You should feel this. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low and very slow and gentle. Shift your body weight to the left. Now the weight's on the left thigh, right hip on the floor. Now here again, if you can't go very far, that's okay. Some of you just want to stay here. Some can reach a little bit further. Try to relax your shoulders and you can feel a beautiful stretch onto the right side of your body, the shoulder and all the way down. Again, you don't have to be aggressive. Don't force your body. Just let it happen. One more breath. On the exhale, stay low, very slow and gentle. Shift your body weight to the right. Weight's on the right thigh, left hip on the floor. And start very slowly. If you find that you want to go further, just kind of move a little bit more if you need to until you find your edge. That goes for every place, everywhere, everything we do. You find your edge. That's a place where you don't know if you want to go any further. You don't have to. Stay there. Back up if you have to. Now relax the shoulders. From here, let's recognize and release the tension that we hold in our face. So I want you just to squeeze your face, scrunch it up as tight as you can. Hold it. Make a funny face if you want. And release. Release all the facial muscles. Push the tension through your body into the ground. One more breath. On the exhale, come back to center. Come up very slowly. Hands on the left. Now I want you to roll the shoulders out. Roll them out. And if your shoulders are tight, if they're stiff, just do what you can. We're going to do this a few more times. The more you do it, the better they feel. And loosening things up. Also, when you roll the shoulders out, you're increasing circulation in the upper body and also really focusing on releasing, identifying and releasing the tension that we hold in our shoulders and into our neck and into our upper body. So roll them out whenever you want. It feels really good. All right, let's keep going. So from here, the next one is, this is where my little block comes in. So I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this one here, especially if you don't have a block. So let me show you the deepest version is elbow on the floor and my arm comes up to the ceiling. And that's without my right hip coming off. Now if you find that's literally too deep of a stretch, a little bit too much, this is where my little block comes in. I set it up beside my left knee, then I bring the floor up to me. Bring the floor up a little higher. It's a little bit easier that way. And if you don't have a block, what you can do is just reach your hand out and bend the elbow. You don't even have to put it on the floor. You can do it that way if you want. So, shall we see what we can do together? Left hand into position, right arm reach, inhale up, right arm up, and exhale. Nice and high. Now this one here, if it's you find it's really challenging, put your hand on your hip if you want to do it that way. Otherwise, the arm is lined up to the side of the body. Spread those fingers like rays of sunshine. If you want to go deeper, you could reach a little bit more over your head to the left. It's up to you. Breathe. Try to make sure the left elbow and shoulder are lined up if the elbow is on the ground or on the block. One more breath. On the next exhale, right hand to right knee. And on the exhale, push away on the knee, bring the right shoulder towards the left knee. This is an upper back shoulder and all the way down. This one here, you don't have to go far to feel this one. As soon as you feel the stretch, you feel the release, that's where you need to be. You don't have to go any further. Some people need to go deeper to feel it. Some people barely move and they're already there. It's all good. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the elbow and stay low. Come to center very slowly. So remember to move your body carefully, slowly, and gently. It's not a race, no rush. Now let's try this on here. So if you're using your little helper block, set your block up beside the right knee, or prepare to have your hand out a little further. Straight spine always. Let's inhale, left arm up, and exhale. And find a place that is comfortable, that you can manage comfortably without overstraining. Keep an eye on that breath. It's the same breath. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. One more. Exhale, left hand to left knee. Then on the exhale, push away. Now this particular stretch here, I don't want you to feel like you have to force the shoulder to go too close to the knee. That's not the point. It's just to get that beautiful stretch. And you feel it, stay there. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the elbow, come to center and come up slowly. Wonderful. Okay, let's keep going. Now, let's release the legs a bit. So now we're going to get into what they call a butterfly, all right? Or bound angle pose. So from here, make sure there's room between the heels and the groin area. So again, here, just try relax. This is going to be a nice stretch for the inner thighs, a gentle hip opener, releasing the tight buttocks, the tight glutes, and a nice stretch for the pelvic floor groin area as well. I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this one. Now, the deepest version is hands on the ankles, elbows on the knees and leaning forward. Now that if you find this a little too intense, you can stay right here. Just put your hands on your legs and just stay here. You don't have to do anything. Just sitting like this, you should feel it. And if you want to do something a little different, put your hands on the floor beside your hips. Bring the shoulder blades together and try it that way if you want. So this one here, this particular one here is just going to get a little extra stretch into your chest, into the pectoral area, if you want. All right, so I'm going to do the deeper version. So again, very important that you keep your back straight, head level with your spine. Try not to bow your head and round your shoulders as best you can. All right, so choose the one you're going to work with. Let's take a breath together and exhale. Now, those of you who are leaning forward, a little bit of pressure on the knees is okay. You don't have to slam down on the knees. If you find you want to go a little deeper, lean forward. And if you want to go even further, if you open up your feet while you're leaning, you'll get a deeper stretch. So you can decide on what's going to feel good for you. One more breath. Exhale, come up very, very slowly. All right. Okay, so now I'd like you to straighten the left leg. So when you straighten the left leg, try to make sure it's lined up with your hip and it's not way over here, okay, as best as you can. So this next one here is called a seated pigeon pose. So this one is specifically for the right hip and the knee as well. So I'm going to give you 2 places to go with this one here. So this is the actual position. Is I'm taking my right foot, I'm putting it on top of just above my knee, on my kind of my thigh area, all right? So what I'm going to do here is, I'll show you a couple other ways to do this one, but let me get through this first. I'm going to have my left hand on my foot, right hand on the knee. All I'm going to do is I'm going to lean forward. That's it. So this is a nice stretch, like I said, for the hip and the knee as well. If you want to go deeper, some of you want a little bit, you can if you tuck your heel up a little tighter as you're leaning, you're going to get a deeper stretch. Now, if you find this is really, really uncomfortable for you, put your foot on the floor and just do it this way, all right? It's not as intense. You're still going to get a nice little stretch. So I'm going to put my foot up here. I'm going to bring it up a little tighter. So seated pigeon pose with a straight spine. Always take your breath and exhale. If you can, on your exhales, you can go deeper or just find a place. Like I said, find your edge, stay there, breathe. One more. Exhale, come up slowly. All right, so we're going to stay in this position just a little bit longer. We're going to do a twist pose from here. So now we're going to focus on our spine. So I'd like you to take your left hand, reach way over here on the right knee, right hand behind your back. What we're going to do now is we're going to look over the right shoulder. So be very careful and very gentle, with your spine. You don't have to whip yourself around. You go very slowly. If it feels okay, stay there. If you want to go further, you can push on the knee a bit to the left. And if it's really not going to feel good, you'll know right away. Come right out of it. Gentle spinal twist. Take a breath. Exhale, look over to the right. Keep your back straight. Relax those shoulders and breathe. Even in the twist pose, the breath is the same. Really focusing on keeping our spine strong and balanced and supple and flexible. One more breath. Exhale, slowly come to center. All right. Now, very gently, let's stretch that leg up very carefully. It might feel a little stiff, so let's try this side here now. So, right leg is lined up, so I'm going to take my left foot, put it on just above the knee on my thigh, and left hand on the left knee, right hand on my foot. I'm going to lean forward. Again, those of you who want to go a little further, you can tuck your foot in a bit tighter. My knee is I'm just recovering from a twisted knee, so I'm not pushing my knee too far with this one here. And that's what I want you to do as well. If you know that there's a position that's going to aggravate something, just find a place that's comfortable and don't overdo it. So that being said, big breath and exhale. So this again is a nice stretch. Even though we're focusing on the left knee and the left hip, you should feel the right hamstring as well, the back of the leg. One more breath. From here, come up, exhale up. Let's go right into twist pose from here. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind the back. Take a breath. And exhale, look over the left shoulder. Gentle spinal twist from a seated pigeon position. One more breath. And release from here, exhale. All right, let's release that leg. Now, what I'd like you to do is we're going to open up these legs nice and wide. All right, so the next stretch is called a single leg stretch sequence. So I'm going to show you this one first, and then I'll give you a couple of ways to do it. So this one here again, we're going to be focusing on a nice side stretch, but also working on the back of the leg, the hamstring, knee, and calf. Make sure the toes are pointing up to the ceiling. You're going to take your left arm and you're going to place it right onto your, on the top of your thigh and left palm up. So let me show you this one first and then we'll do it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out with the right arm, I'm going to do a big arc, and I'm going to exhale, and as I bring my right hand down, I'm going to slide the left arm down. Now you can bring your hands together. Some of you might reach a little further and grab your toe. You can do that if you like. Now, this one here again, we're going to start with a straight spine, but as you lean, your back will round a bit, which is fine. Now, when you start doing this, if you find that you can't slide your arm down very far, don't worry about it, all right? You find a place, even if you barely move. So again, starting with a straight spine. Left arm is up, palm up, reach up with the right arm. Ready? Let's go. Inhale up, right arm up. Big arc, start sliding the left hand down a little bit if you can. You can just bring the hands together, or if you want, you can reach a little further and get a little extra stretch there. Breathe. One more breath. Preparing to release from here. Exhale, come up slowly. Push yourself up gently. Okay, ready? Roll the shoulders out in between if you need to. Release. Let's try this side here. Right arm is resting on the thigh, palm up. Reach out with the left arm. Ready? Let's inhale up. And then just go wherever you can. One more breath. Preparing to release. Exhale, come up slowly. Push yourself up very carefully. Lovely. All right, let's get those legs together now. So, very slowly get your legs together. And from here, let's roll the shoulders up. Roll them out. Relax. And you know, every time you do it, they get a little bit looser and it feels so good. Okay, so this is our staff pose. So this is a very neutral resting place. So when we're sitting down like this, I want you to be aware of your posture. So try to be, sitting nice and tall, shoulders are relaxed. Let's point those toes. We'll get a little stretch on the top of the foot while we're here. So we're going to do both hands together today. So I want you to reach out with both hands. We're going to make a very loose fist. And then you're going to just turn it out to your baby finger a little bit. Just try and relax your shoulders. Focus on the forearm, the wrist, and the hands. One more breath. On the exhale, straighten the hands, open the fingers up, bend the elbow, come up here. Now we're going to work the fingers and the hands. Now, I want you to relax your feet. You can keep your heels on the floor. If you want a little calf stretch, get your heels off the floor if you want to try that. That's up to you. Let's go back to the hands. Right fingertips on the tip of the left, pull them back gently, carefully. Beautiful stretch for the hand, the wrist, and down here to the flexor muscles. One more breath. Exhale. Try to relax those shoulders again. Focus on exactly the part of the body you're working with. And breathe. One more. Exhale, release. Heels on the floor. Relax your legs and let's play a little piano. I want you to wiggle your fingers and your toes, even with socks on, around the ankles. You can go a little faster if you want. Loosen things up, and then I want you to shake those hands out. Shake them out. All right, perfect. Okay, so now we're going to start moving. Now we're nice and warmed up. We're going to get into our table. So onto your hands and knees. So again here, with my classes, I always offer these little extra pads that I've made up. Just some people that need a little extra support. It just makes it a little easier if you have issues with your knees or your wrists. You can use a thin blanket or a towel or even a really thin pillow if you need to. So again, this is our table. So let me get all this out of the way. All right, so alignment, ankle to knee, knee to hip, knees are hip distance apart, arms are lined up, head is level with your spine. Let's do some cat and cow. Ready? Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C-scoop, spine. Exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Keep going, follow the breath, inhale up. Try to relax your thighs while you're doing this. And again, we want to release some length in that spine, working on flexibility of the spine. Follow the breath, you're going to exhale as you arch. Beautiful stretch for the upper back, but really nice stretch for your lower back. Cat and cow, breath in motion, meditation in motion. One more breath. And all the way, inhale up. Try to relax. When you finish your last position, bring yourself to straight neutral spine. We're going to do a little hip stretch from here. If you find your wrists are getting a little tired, take a second, shake them out if you need to. Move your fingers around. If you want, if it's easier for you, go on your fists, and that changes the angle of the wrist. If you need to, let's work that hip. Take a breath in on the exhale, push the hip out to the right as you look over the left shoulder. One more breath. Exhale, swing the hips to the left, look over the right shoulder. So this is a really nice, gentle stretch for your lower back, your glute, your buttock, and the hip abductors, so the outer part of the hip. One more time to the right, exhale, swing those hips to the right, look over the left shoulder. And one last time to the left. On the exhale, swing to the left, look over the right shoulder. Coming back to center from here, we're going to get into child's pose and take a little rest before we go any further. So if you want, you can open up your legs a bit wider. Now this one here, very gently, just kind of scooch back. Now, when you're in this position, make sure your head and your neck are properly supported. You can rest your forehead on your stacked fists. Some people like to put their forehead on their block, on their stacked hands, or on the floor. Make sure your head and your neck are properly supported. You can rest your body. This is a resting, neutral, full body stretch, child's pose, balasana. Now's the time to thank yourself for being here today. Taking the time and making the time just to come and hang out on your mat for a while. For whatever reason brings you here today. Maybe you just want a little stretch. Maybe you just want to turn your brain off for a little while. Slow things down. One more breath. On the exhale, come back up to table slowly. All right. So we're going to start our lovely vinyasa, our sequence from down here. We're going to work our way up and then come back down. So we're going to start with our move called our little rabbit. So let me show you this one first and then we'll see what we can do. Now the little rabbit is a wonderful, gentle, deep stretch for a muscle called the rhomboid. So it's a muscle that's behind your spine. Something you probably wouldn't feel, but it's also for the upper back, shoulder blades, and shoulders as well. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to go on the forearm and put the top of the head on your floor. If you find that's a bit too intense, you can use your forehead instead, but try the top of the head and the top of your cervical spine, the top of your back will round a little bit. So onto the forearms, rabbit, big breath. Exhale, come down on the elbows, top of the head on the floor. One more breath. Exhale, child's pose. Scooch back. Now from here, we're going to prepare for low plank. On the exhale, come up a little bit, slide forward, come on your forearms, bring your body onto the floor, all the way down. Arms are nice and lined up. We're going to get into a low plank. If you can't do a plank, stay right here. Curl the toes, let's get that body off the floor. Big breath, exhale up. Push down on the forearms, low plank. One more breath. Exhale, body down, uncurl the toes, stay right here, look forward. And this is our Sphinx. It's a very gentle back bend. All right, so from here, we're going to get into our downward dog. If you have to get into your table to help you, do that. Otherwise, let's go up to dog. Ready? Big breath. Exhale. All the way. Now move your feet back if you have to. Balance that weight, get that tail up nice and high. Back is straight, head hanging down. So now we're going to get into our pigeon. On the exhale, right knee on the floor. If you can, right foot in front of the left foot, left hip I should say, left knee comes down behind. This is our high pigeon. If you find, this is a very deep stretch for the hip and the knee. If this is really going to bother you, keep your legs straight and you can do it this way. Now we're going to get into low pigeon. This is our high pigeon. Those of you who want to do low pigeon, let's try it. If you don't want to do it, stay here. And if you want to lift your tail, you can do that if you want to. Big breath. On the exhale, low pigeon. One more breath. Exhale, come back up to dog. Ready? On the exhale, down dog. The next move is called the crouching tiger. On the exhale, I want you just to bend your knees. Those of you who want to go deeper, you can go on the tips of your toes. If that's uncomfortable, stay on the balls of your feet. Crouching tiger. Down dog. Walking up to mountain, take a step and exhale yourself all the way up. Let's get off the floor. All right, shake out the hands, roll out the shoulders, shake those legs out if you need to. All right, mountain Tattasana, standing nice and tall, feet are hip distance apart. Again, being aware of your posture, let those arms hang and breathe. Try to relax those shoulders. So this is our mountain pose. This is a very neutral place. Feel that breath. Take the breath. Slow it down. If you feel that you've lost track of your breath, try and get that breath going again. I know sometimes it's a bit challenging when you're busy focusing on moving your body to keep that breath going, but try and slow it down. Slow down the heart rate. Get the breath. Take that breath. Feel it. Feel your chest rise as you inhale. Always try and suspend it for a couple of seconds and then exhale. This is the breath. It's calming, it's soothing, it's balancing, it's so cleansing. Let's inhale up. Exhale. Inhale into a gentle back bend or just reach up to the ceiling. If you can see me from way over here. Preparing for ragdoll from here. On the exhale, stay where you are. Soften the knees, hinging at the hips and fold over and hang out. Now you can go as low as you want or come up a little higher. Be careful this doesn't make you dizzy. If it does, come up a little higher. Keep your knees soft. This is a really nice full body stretch. Let it all go. Let it all hang out. One more breath. Exhale, bend the knees, come back up very, very slowly. Reverse the blood flow so you don't get dizzy and roll the shoulders out. All right, so we're going to do exactly what we did, what we just came out of the sequence. We do exactly the same thing. So now we're going to get back down into our downward dog. All right, so are you ready? Take a breath on the exhale, come down slowly. If you want to come into table, maybe that's a little easier for you. And then let's get back to dog. Ready? Exhale, back up. Now move your feet back. Try to balance your weight from the hands to the feet. Get that tail up high. Crouching tiger on the exhale. Bend the knees. Stay on the balls of the feet. If you want to go a little deeper, you can get on the tips of your toes if you can. If not, stay on the balls of your feet. Crouching tiger. Downward dog. Straighten those legs. Preparing for pigeon with the left leg on the exhale. Left knee on the floor. Left foot in front of the right hip. The right knee comes down behind the foot. Right here, just try and relax. You don't have to go any deeper. Try to settle into it, relax the hip. This is, like I said, a beautiful stretch for the knee, the thigh, and the hip. If, again, this is really going to be uncomfortable, take that right, left leg and just straighten it and do it this way. All right? Now, I'm going to get into low pigeon. So, if you want to join me, if you want to stay right here, you can stay here if you'd like. And again, those of you who are a little bit more flexible, you can scooch back a little deeper if you want as well. And if you want, you can lift your tail. Doesn't matter. Low pigeon on the exhale. Back to down dog. Exhale, come up slowly. Back to downward dog again. Lots of dogs today. Preparing for Sphinx on the exhale. Knees uncurl the toes. Come all the way down, slowly and gently. Arms are nice and lined up, looking forward. Gentle back bend, Sphinx. Relax your glutes. If they're tight, let them go. Breathe. Now from here, I'm going to get into my low plank again. If you don't want to do low plank, just stay in your Sphinx a little bit longer. That's okay. Now, those of you who want to do low plank, I'm going to curl my toes. I'm going to get my body off the floor. Ready? On the exhale, up. Keep your back, your body straight. Let's get a little fire in our belly. Working abdominal strength, upper body strength. One more breath. Exhale, come down again. So now we're going to get into table. Come up slowly. Gently. Child's pose. Open up the knees, go all the way back. Remember, you can rest your forehead on your stacked fists if you need to, on your stacked hands or on the floor. All right, we're almost there. One more time for our little rabbit. On the exhale, come up slowly. I want you to come forward on your forearms, on the knees, tail up, top of the head on the floor if you can, on the exhale. One more breath. Exhale, table, come up slowly. Okay, that was lovely. So from here, let's very gently get ourselves onto our backs. So carefully roll over onto your back. Perfect. Come down. All right, so relax the shoulders, relax your back, and let's do some nice stretches from down here. So from here, what I want you to do is stretch the left leg out. Keep the right one bent. We're going to do a single leg stretch. Big breath. On the exhale, bring up the right knee and give it a big hug. Now this is a beautiful stretch for the knee, your thigh, hamstring, glute into the lower back. If you want a deeper stretch, the closer you bring your knee to your chest, the deeper it gets. So it doesn't matter where you go, as long as you feel good, your body will let you know what it needs. So just relax and breathe and think about how you feel right now. Maybe feeling calm, relaxed. Might even have a little smile on your face. One more breath. On the next exhale, slowly release the right leg. And let's very gently counterpose, try the other side. So straighten the right leg, wiggle around, make sure you're nice and comfortable on your back. And then when you're ready, on the exhale, bring up the left one and give it a little hug. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly release. Now, I'd like you to bend the right one. Let's do a nice double hug. On the exhale, bring up both knees. Give yourself a big hug. And I want you to rock from side to side. So this is a beautiful, give yourself a little back massage and also lengthening, releasing that spine a little bit more. Again, this is a really nice extra bonus stretch for your legs, for your thighs and your knees and your glutes. But right now, we really want to focus on our spine and our back. And again, here, if you want to go a little deeper, bring your knees up a little bit closer. You get a little bit of a deeper stretch if you need it. You always find a place that feels just right. And your breath is flowing, and everything feels right. Now, when you get to the left, if you'd like to do some little circles, just to focus on the lower back a little bit more. And if you find that this is uncomfortable, put your feet on the floor and stop anytime. Don't be shy. It's all about you. Remember, let's go to the right, little circles. Almost like giving yourself a little hug, showing your body some love by releasing tension, stretching things out, lengthening, decompressing those tight muscles, releasing the tight nerves, the tight blood vessels, soles of the feet onto the floor. All right, let's do another one from here. Reclining bound angle pose, feet together. If you can, I'd like you to open up your legs. Now you can put your arms wherever you want. Adjust your back and shoulders. And just try to relax your legs. This is similar to our butterfly when we were sitting down, bound angle. This is reclining bound angle. So another beautiful stretch for a gentle hip opener, a nice stretch for the inner thighs, the pelvic floor groin area, the glutes, the buttocks as well. And just start feeling your body getting heavier and heavier. Breathe. Feel your breath. Be the watcher of your own breath. One more. On the next exhale, I want you to bring those legs together. Use your hands, bring them together very, very slowly. All right, so I want you to keep your knees the way they are. We're going to do a nice twist pose from here. So I want you to inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, let them fall shoulder height. And if you can, on the next exhale, I'd like you to drop your knees to the left as you look to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Now, and depending on how you feel, if you need to straighten your legs a bit, absolutely. And just let them fall. They don't necessarily have to touch the floor. And this is a gentle spinal twist. And this position as well, you get a little extra stretch into the right hip area. So a little bonus stretch there. One more breath. Preparing to bring your knees up on the exhale very, very slowly. Gently bring them up. Adjust your shoulders, your neck for comfort. And let's see if we can drop the knees to the right now. Very slowly on the exhale, drop them. Straighten them a little bit if you need to. And just let them fall. They don't have to touch the floor again. Look over the left shoulder. One more breath. And on the exhale, slowly bring them up very gently, of course, there's no rush. And now let's finally straighten those legs. So let's straighten them one at a time. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, let them fall over your head. Make sure they land on the floor. Now if this bothers your shoulders, you can put your arms anywhere you'd like. So stay on the floor. I'm going to sit up so I can continue on. So like I said, reposition your arms if this bothers your shoulders. Put them anywhere you'd like. And now let's stretch that body out. Fingertips to the tips of your toes. Make yourself nice and long and tall. And then just feel your body getting heavier and heavier with each exhalation. It's important for relaxation to have a tension-free body and a tension-free mind. All that energy is flowing, energy which is our life force. For one more breath. And on the next exhale, I want you to bring your hands to the side of your body, palms facing the ceiling, hands are open to receive guidance from your higher self. And let's prepare for our closing Savasana, meditation, relaxation, reflection time. However you choose to bring this into your practice today, resting comfortably in your corpse pose. So at this point, you should be resting comfortably on your mat. If you want to bend your knees for comfort, some people like to lay on their side, make yourself, a little cuddle. Some like to have a blanket or have a little pillow. So now I want you to rest. You don't have to move anymore, no more moving. But I really want you to focus on the breath now. Feel that breath. Might be a little bit easier because you're not moving. And let's take a minute to thank ourselves for our practice today. Let's rest in Savasana position, offering our body, our mind, and our soul the opportunity to absorb our yoga experience. This is the time to absorb the benefit of your practice with a calm, open mind. Open to receiving the teachings on finding harmony by balancing our imbalances and how we can apply this knowledge into our lives. Movement is one of the great gifts that we as human beings were given. When we have an injury, our movement becomes limited, and as a result, our quality of life diminishes. There are, however, certain things we can do to control our own destiny and to increase our quality of life. When we balance our body, our mind, and our soul, we are doing something extraordinarily healthy for ourselves. When we are in balance, we are in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. A significant mental component of movement develops. The mental aspect of healing and of movement in general improves the quality of our lives in ways that we may not even be aware of. Our body and our entire system is able to work more efficiently and at a higher level. When operating on this higher level, we can live our lives passionately and euphorically. We become part of a very positive force. We are working with the powers that be, or we are working with joy. How can we not invite this beautiful state into our lives? Let's offer ourselves one moment in time where we ensure we are living in line with our truth, and let's embrace the silence in the room and in our minds. Let's go find that place within ourselves that speaks to us. The stillness, where the stillness holds the proper questions and all of our answers, our truth and our identity. Satnam. Let your mind, your body, and your soul absorb the vibrations of the singing bowl, bringing your own energies to its appropriate frequency. Now, before you bring yourself to a seated position, let's do a gentle neck stretch while you're laying there. Now that your body is completely relaxed, your shoulders are nice and loose, let's release any leftover tension we might have in our neck. Now, our neck muscles are very tiny, so it doesn't take a lot for them to be compressed. And if they're compressed, that means that your blood vessels and your nerves are also a little tighter. So let's see if we can let them go. So from here, while you're laying there, take a breath in on the exhale. If you can, I want you to turn your head gently to the left. And again, if it's uncomfortable, you don't have to do it. But just releasing. It doesn't, like I said, if you have tension in your shoulders, it tends to migrate up into your neck. So let's see if we can let it all go. And as you release those little tiny muscles, you open up the blood vessels and the nerves, you're able to get beautiful, fresh blood flow into your brain, deep oxygenation as well. And that helps with your memory, your thought process, and your decision making. One more breath. On the exhale, bring your head and your face to neutral position, and let's prepare to go to the right if you want. On the exhale, just turn it gently. You don't have to go far. Just enough. Breathe. One more breath. On the exhale, come to center slowly. Lovely. Now, I'd like you to slowly bring yourself back into the room, back into your space, and bring life back to your body. If you'd like, wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. And when you're ready, bring yourself back up to our cross-legged Sukhasana position, or any seated position that is comfortable for you. Come up nice and slow. I know it's hard to get off the floor. All right, so we're going to do one more little stretch before we leave, before we finish our time together. So this next one is called a Sufi roll. So I want you just to put your hands on your lap. So this one here now, we're going to focus on the abdominals, the obliques, and the muscles in your back. So sitting nice and tall, I want you to inhale as you press the chest forward. And you're going to exhale as you roll to the left like a little half circle. Exhale yourself to straight spine. Again, inhale, push the chest forward. And exhale yourself as you roll to the left. And let's do it again, to the left. And as you do this, inhale, push the chest forward. It's not a big movement. I want you to pay attention to how your arms feel. Your shoulders are so relaxed right now, they're completely limp. Let's go to the right. Inhale, push it forward, and just roll. Again, your arms are so relaxed. To the right, inhale, push it forward. And exhale as you roll. Let your abdominals do all the work. One more time. Inhale, forward, and roll. Back to center. Lovely, and that's our beautiful Sufi roll. All right, let's bring our hands together. Let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center, close your eyes. And let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune back in. Inhale. One more big breath. Shanti, Shanti, peace, peace. May love and light be with you always. Namaste. And we're all done. So thank you so much for joining me. That was beautiful. Nicely done, and I hope you feel good. I sure do. So again, my name is Susan, and thank you again for joining me. And now we're rolling into almost the middle of September. So get outside if you can. Find things that make you happy. Go golfing. Do anything you want. I'll be golfing later, as a matter of fact. So make sure you wear lots of sunscreen and take care of yourself. And again, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. All right?